Welcome back, everybody. So this is another video we are redoing in hopes and in preparation for the Violet Flame video that I'm researching currently. And this is about protection, and protection's important, all types of protection, but this is specifically spiritual protection. Another way you can think of this is also protecting your energy. And these are some of the most basic methods that you can use to protect yourself. And this is really for anyone. It doesn't matter what walk, if you're an energy worker or not, what you do, who you are, what religion you are. Doesn't None of that plays a role in this. It is protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting yourself spiritually. And the most basic and simplest way, stay with me. If you need to click ahead, go right ahead. Not everyone's going to be too keen on this word, but we're going to say it anyway, and it's prayer. Prayer is the most basic and simplistic way to protect yourself. And it doesn't matter if it's the Our Father, the Hail Mary, the Guardian Angel prayer, or prayer to Saint Michael. If there are other prayers in your religion, in your native tongue, it can just be something as simple as asking your angels, your guides, your animal guides, your ancestors to step forward and to wrap you in protection, to guide you and offer their wisdom throughout the day. That's it. It's that simple. And that's all you do. And then you just kind of go on your merry way. It, there is, it's, it can be done anytime, anywhere. No one has to know you're doing it. You can just say it in your head. If you want to whisper it out loud, you can. If you need to recite it in your car, go right ahead. But regardless, this is how you do it. Another one, and it's another really simple one, kind of connected to prayer. It's the bubble of protection. And that is where you ask to be wrapped in a bubble, sealed top to bottom, front to back, left to right, all around, sealed tightly, however you want to word it, so that only that which is in your greatest and highest good, only that which is of light and love, only that which is meant for you, blood for the to do the bidding of the universe, however you want to word it, is allowed into this bubble. And if you want to use the divine colors, traditionally are white, silver, and gold. If you work with Archangel Michael, his color is usually sapphire blue. I have also heard purple attributed to him. If you work with Archangel Zadkiel, purple is associated with Archangel Zadkiel. But really, you can work with any of the archangels, the angels. If you know different colors that are associated with them, that's fine. Work with those. If you want to ask Archangel Raphael for healing and protection, his color is emerald green. So those are basic methods that you can use. Again, you can do them at any time, any place, anywhere. This next method is a method that I traditionally associate more with Wicca, because I've read about it more in books on witchcraft and Wicca and stuff like that, and it's using the elements. And what that means is asking to be surrounded by a ring of fire. Yeah. Cue Johnny Cash. Being surrounded by ice, by water, fog, smoke, trees, wood, vines, boulders, earth, whatever it is, metal. Um, it's just instead of using the bubble of light, you're using an element of some kind. You can layer these two together. I have done this. You can layer colors as well. So if you want to do like silver and gold, white and silver, white and gold, blue and white, however you want to do that, if you feel so inclined to kind of stripe your bubble of protection, you can. So in order to deflect negative energy, and why do you want to do that? Why am I giving you these tips? We go out in the world every day. If you don't protect yourself, you tend to pick up other people's energies. Or on the other end of it, you are giving away your energy. People can tap into you and intentionally or unintentionally drain your energy. You would know these as energy vampires. If, for example, you work with people. Actually, it doesn't really matter if you work with people. This can happen in your own home with the people you live with. It could happen with your neighbors if you're in an apartment building or you live by yourself, people that come over. Those people that always leave you exceptionally drained can sometimes be stealing your energy. situations that are particularly draining. If you're giving a presentation, it doesn't matter what walk of life you're in, whether you're a student, you're a college student, high schooler, you're a teacher, you work in an office, you're doing a board presentation, whatever it is, it could really be for anything. Maybe you are in construction and you're quoting someone for a job. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different ways that we interact with people. We have to present things. We have to get into their spaces, into their homes. What this basically what you're doing is you're protecting your energy and you're keeping yourself from being drained, from picking up things. Sometimes people are just negative. You don't want that negative energy kind of sloughing on, kind of attaching itself to you. If you're doing a presentation and you feel scattered, you have a headache, you feel all out of sorts, you feel maybe pains in the body that aren't natural because you've been on your feet or whatever. Sometimes it's the idea of someone's kind of put, for lack of a better term, because I don't know how else to word this, is someone put a hex on you. If you know anything about the Southern European traditions, like, or the Turkish tradition of the evil eye, it's that kind of concept. I really don't know how else to word it. It would be like the molecular, the evil eye, or whatever. It could be a situation like that. It could just be that someone's just particularly negative and that negative energy has kind of glommed onto you. It could be that there's spirit attachments. You've gone somewhere, you're wandering through something, hitchhiked for a little bit that shouldn't have. There's a lot of reasons why we stress spiritual protection. And that's why I'm redoing this video, because if you're out and about it in the everyday world, doesn't matter what you're doing, you do want to make sure that you have some kind of psychic shield, some kind of energetic shield. And you can layer these shields, as I was saying. And one of the reasons why you want to layer is so that you're reflecting back if someone is trying to, I would say unintentionally, because sometimes this does happen unintentionally, intentionally or unintentionally trying to hurt you or wish you ill will. Sometimes I have also heard that it comes from a state of profound love. Could be maybe misplaced love, misguided love, whatever. You put shield it, you layer up your shields. Mirrors are very good for this. If you picture yourself encased in mirrors, mirrors bounce back energy. I'd like to use obsidian when I shield, if I have to do this, because obsidian is an old grounding crystal. It was used for mirrors, it was used for weapons. It's reflective. And what it does is it will bounce energy back. Labradorite might be another crystal that you choose to shield yourself in. You can also wear jewelry with some of these pieces, some of these gemstones, rather, which is another thing you can do. You can carry protective crystals, you can wear protective crystals. Gentlemen, you're going to have a slightly harder time with this, especially depending, because most men traditionally work in fields where jewelry can be detrimental. My dad worked in the trades for 50, 60 years. He had a crucifix that got soldered to something. I think it was a saw. It shouldn't have. Basically, after that, he never wore jewelry again. A lot of men purposely don't wear their wedding rings, or they'll get the. I've seen people with the is it silicone? Like, I think it's the silicone ones for this express purpose. It's a safety thing, and it keeps you from getting stuck onto things that you don't want to. So for the gentleman in the audience, you know what you can and can't get away with. You know what you can slip into your pockets. If you're in construction, if you're a first responder, police, EMT, fire department, military, whatever it is, some of the fields where there's a uniform involved, even if you're in the medical field for women and men, you know what you can get away with. So, and you know what will work best with your uniforms and whatnot. So that's the best that I can give to you. But yes, back to the energetic form of protections. You can layer things. Carry crystals, as we've mentioned. I will do videos, I think, for protection crystals. What makes those a little bit more difficult is that they're very rarely broad protection crystals. It's usually far more specific. It's psychic protection, it's electromagnetic field protection, it's grounding and protection. There is still the grounding video, and a lot of the, especially the black crystals, are generally good for grounding and protection. um Amethyst is another good one for general protection. I will try and sort that out to figure out the best way to approach it. I had started it a while ago and kind of walked away because I just didn't quite know how to break it down. But I think the best way to do that is by category, and that will serve all of you. And I actually wanted to redo the shape videos, condense them significantly so that you can much more easily navigate what shapes you need for different things. Anyway, in the same vein of jewelry, religious items. It can be, your typical, your cross, your crucifix, your Star of David. I remember looking up when I originally filmed this video, symbols for Islam, and I remember seeing, I think, was it the crescent moon, and seeing Allah written out in script as potential religious, potential jewelry options. I can talk. But those are different things. So wearing religious items, scapula, carrying the Catholics have the scapula that you can wear. They're generally associated with the Virgin Mary. They are traditionally put out by different orders of friars, monks, and nuns. Carrying rosary beads. I wouldn't wear my rosary beads. You can carry them in a pocket or whatnot. Some people do. If you feel particularly vulnerable, you can wear your rosary beads. They do have to be blessed though. Religious medals, um, you could wear them, you can carry them. I have 2 shields, one for Archangel Michael, one for Archangel Gabriel, that my ex told me look like guitar picks. I carry those in my purse, and you can mix and match a lot of these. You can carry crystals, you can do the religious items, you can put on and just layer, especially if you are someone that does house clearings, or you do specific, like, say, for, I know in shamanism there's what's called compassionate depossession. So if you know you have someone coming in that needs that, if you are an energy worker, you may want to protect you're obviously protecting your space, but you may want to protect yourself depending on what's going on, what your clients are going through. So these are different things. Also, another type of energetic shielding you can put on, if you are familiar with shamanism, is you can wear the skin of your animals. Traditionally, this is done when you do a journey, but if you feel that you are going into a particularly volatile situation, or you really want some extra protection, it's called putting on the skin, or like you step into the body of your animal guide, and they are your shield and protection. So if you have a raven for a spirit guide, you would put on their feathers. If you have a rabbit, you would put on the fur. If it's a turtle, you would put on the shell and the skin. And that in and of itself acts as protection. There we go. Another thing is you can ask them very much to walk with you, to walk with you throughout your day, and to lend their energy to you depending on the symbolism of the animal or what role they play for you. Um, that's essentially, I think, the bulk of it. There's different layers that you can do. The other, I will make a note though that you do sometimes have to re-up your kind of spiritual protection, your prayers, your bubbles, your elemental, your animal skins or whatnot throughout the day. It's a little bit like, for lack of a better example, a concentration spell. So as you go about your day, you kind of forget, your concentration wanes. Maybe your mind's doing different things. So every now and then, or if you feel like you are, you have your basic protection you put on, and then you've got to go, you have a meeting with your boss and you want to ask for a raise, you put that on. You're going to class and you really dislike this teacher and you just really want to fade into the background. You put your protection back on, you re-up it, maybe you adjust your intention. You're driving, you shield yourself, you shield your car. So there's different things, but it's very much like a concentration spell where you kind of have to just reignite it or redo it reset your attention however you want to look at it. But it is what it is. You do have to redo it every now and then and kind of remind your angels, I'm still here, I still want your help. Please help. So that is information that I wanted to pass on to you. Hope it's helpful, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.